Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news that American politicians are in desperate attempts to try and avoid a collapse on global financial markets. They need to raise the US debt ceiling, which is currently at around about $14.3 trillion, by August the 2nd, or America will default on its debts. Frankly, it's an unthinkable outcome. Many people would describe it as an Armageddon-type scenario if America was to default. Many expect a collapse on stock markets and worse on credit markets. Now, the Republicans and the Democrats are in talks right now, but over the weekend, talks between Barack Obama and John Boehner, his Republican opponent, collapsed acrimoniously. One political commentator described the discussions in Washington as, quote, juggling with hydrogen bombs. Now, the issue at stake here is that Barack Obama does want a deficit reduction plan of around about $4 trillion, but he wants a mixture of spending cuts and tax increases. Meanwhile, the Republicans are opposed to any suggestions of increases in taxes. Meanwhile, the August the 2nd deadline approaches, and they better get their act together quickly because it will take some time to pass through the Congress. There is talk of a short-term debt limit increase, but Barack Obama doesn't want this, mainly because he'd have to go back to Congress and ask again for another increase in early 2012, sometime before his re-election campaign. That's seen as political poison. The Democrats do want a bigger rise in the debt ceiling, but the Tea Party Republicans who are opposed to this seem amazingly relaxed about a default. Again, if there is a default, it's seen by many as a catastrophe on global markets. The New Zealand dollar would weaken. There would be massive credit rating downgrades for American debt, which until now has been seen as the safest debt in the world. There would be a seizure on international markets like the one we saw with Lehman Brothers. It would be more difficult and expensive for New Zealand to roll over its debts. The more important effects would be on the global economy. Many see a return to a global recession or worse. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand.